Today we are making my favorite style of burger. We are making the smash burger. It has absolutely everything that you could ever want in a burger. You've got that great greasy beefy flavor with that 80-20 beef. You've got the crispy edges from that smashing of the burger, that sweet Martin's potato roll, and obviously a special sauce. I'm excited about this one. I make this for absolutely everyone. People are fans of it. I think you will be as well. I don't think you'll ever go back to those half-pound, three-quarter-pound burgers. I think once you try this smash burger, you'll be a believer. Let's get cooking.
In order to make the ultimate smash burger, I went ahead and ground the beef myself for this video. The recipe uses a combination of both ground short rib, for which we used 2.5 pounds, and ground chuck, for which we used 1.5 pounds. While it may seem a bit intimidating, it's really not as long as you have a meat grinder or a food processor. Assuming you do, you'll need to start by cutting the raw meat into 1 or 2 inch cubes, making it a bit easier to grind down. You'll want to cut away any really tough or hard pieces of fat, but be sure to leave that intramuscular fat as that brings all that good flavor. Once our meat is all trimmed and cubed, we're going to throw it into the freezer for 20 to 30 minutes in order to firm it up, making it a bit easier to grind. If you're using a meat grinder like I am for this recipe, you'll want to use the coarsest die or setting possible on your machine. If you're using a food processor, you'll want to pulse the meat cubes until you obtain a nice ground beef consistency. If you do go that route, please make sure you don't over-process the meat into more of a paste type consistency. That's not what we're going for here. Once the meat is all ground up, it's important to mix it up to make sure that that short rib, the chuck, and the fat are all evenly incorporated. I find that in order to achieve the best smash burger, you need 2 3-ounce patties, so I find it really easy to measure out the meat in 3-ounce balls, which just ensures that the burgers will be evenly sized and will cook at the same pace. Now that we've got the meat taken care of, we'll prep our toppings and condiments. On my smash burgers, I really enjoy flat top grilled onions, so we'll need to do a rough dice on 1 medium-sized yellow onion. So let's talk about the sauce. Sure, you can easily just go with ketchup or mustard, but is it really a smash burger without a special sauce? For mine, we're going to start with 1/3 cup of ketchup, 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise, give it a good mix, 1 tablespoon of granulated garlic powder, a few tablespoons of dill pickle relish. Feel free to do less or more, depending on your love of pickles. Make sure you leave some of that pickle juice as it does a great job at loosening up our final sauce. Give it a nice mix again, salt and pepper to taste, and there you go. You've got yourself my special sauce for a smash burger. Let's talk buns. In my opinion, the only bun you should use for a smash burger is the Martin's potato roll. They are soft, sweet, and absolutely delicious. And for cheese, you've got to go with Old Faithful Kraft Singles American cheese. Traditionally, these are cooked on a griddle or flat top, but since I don't have one for indoor use, I'm going to use a cast iron lodge flat top griddle, but you could easily just use a standard cast iron pan. So once the flat top is ripping hot, we're going to add a bit of neutral oil to get things started. We're then going to add our diced onions, spreading them out evenly on the griddle, then seasoning them both with salt and pepper. We're not going for a low and slow caramelization of the onions here, so just keep moving them around the griddle, allowing them to gain some color. It's okay if they get a little burnt. It's part of the flavor of grilled onions. Once our onions are done, we'll remove them from the griddle and place our 3-ounce ground beef balls onto the griddle. Give it a little season, and then it's time to smash with a very sturdy spatula. You really need to put your body weight into it to get it as thin as possible. Make sure you don't disturb or flip the burger patties prematurely. It is crucial that we allow that super crispy caramelized crust to form. Once ready, give it a good flip, and if you've done it right, it should look just like that. Once flipped, slap on a slice of American cheese on each patty and let it get all melted and gooey while crisping up the bottom of each burger. And then we're going to take our potato roll, throw it right onto that hot griddle, get it all nice and toasty. And as you can see there, it really is a light toast on the bun, but that toasting does wonders from preventing the bun from getting too soggy from the sauce or the greases from the burger. And now we're ready to assemble our smash burger. We're going to start with a spoonful of our special sauce on the bottom bun. Give it a nice spread so it coats the entire thing. Then add our stacked double patties onto the bun. Then it's time to add as much of our grilled onions as you would like. Feel free to add none of them or all of them, it's up to you. Next up is 2 classic dill pickle chips or slices. And then we finish it off by adding another spoonful of our special sauce to the top bun. And that right there is my version of the classic smash burger. Let's give this thing a try.
So there's gonna be absolutely no surprise when I take a bite of this thing. This is my tried and true smash burger recipe. I make it all the time. We're always making smash burgers because they're so simple to make and they taste so incredible. They're better than any other burger style you can get out there, in my opinion, right? I mean, this totally beats that half-pound, 3/4 pound massive patty, which is usually gonna be overcooked or undercooked, or it's just never as satisfying. You can't substitute anything here. You gotta go Martin's, you've gotta go American cheese, the Kraft singles, and it makes the perfect burger. Hold on, you just gotta see these crispy edges. They're absolutely nuts. Right there, you get like the best of everything here. You just can't get that in any other burger. Those crispy caramelized edges, great texture, juicy center, soft roll, gooey cheese. What else do you want? This is the perfect burger. Let's eat this thing. Come on, you can't go wrong. It's just the best burger. You can customize it as much as you want. We used my special sauce, which isn't that special. Most people have that same configuration, but if there's something that you like, add it. If there's something you don't like, don't add it. But there are a couple principles here, right? That roll, you gotta use that Martin's potato roll. Smash the burgers the same way that we're smashing them here. And you gotta use Kraft Singles American cheese. Don't try and substitute Swiss or cheddar or provolone or anything funky. You gotta keep this basic. You gotta keep it a little trashy because that's the flavor here that we wanna go for. I gotta take another bite. This will be your new style of making burgers. You'll never use the grill again. You can thank me for that or you can hate me for that. But this will be your new style of cooking burgers. If you like these videos, please subscribe, comment, like, tell me what you want me to make on an upcoming video. Until next time.